What's going on, everybody? Let's get some decking installed today. Let's get after it. Oh, and hit subscribe. That'd be nice. I want to get the bar framing in here and that wall. I want to do the bar first instead of on top of the decking, because we're going to have, with this design and stuff going on diagonal, we're going to have a ton of pieces that end up being like pretty short. So we'll have anything that's like 5 foot we'll be able to use on this side, so it'll just allow us to like not have as much waste. I'll mark out where the blocking needs to go for this, and we'll just block it out with a 2x8 so that we have room for the 2x4 framing and decking to land on both sides. So I'll mark that out, and then I'll get started on this wall. And basically once we have these things framed up, we can I'll go ahead and check everything, make sure it's all flat, and if any minor planing needs to happen, we can do that. Then we'll tape everything, and then we'll be ready. Spam. Spam, it's unbelievable. Get a life, people. I got one. It's cool. That was convincing, right?
Oh, it's cool.
How's the tape going down?
Not too bad. Just stuff out of the truck.
Stuff out of the truck's nice and...
It's sticking, yeah. The only thing that didn't stick to was the pressure treat.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is something that they require with these ProWood true frame joists, is taping the top, because it's been planed. And you've probably seen us do a lot of projects by now, and we always either seal the top with stain or tape them. I think we're gonna just make taping the top a standard practice. But besides sealing it, what we wanna do is hide all of our framing. So when you have that hidden fastener in there, you're not seeing any of the framing material. It just like completely disappears underneath, which makes it a really nice clean look. I mean, it's not a huge detail, but I think it makes a big difference. So that's why we paint all of our exterior framing, like for our skirting, because it's just a little detail, but it goes a long way. Let me walk you through how we got to this point, because we've had quite a few different renderings for this, couple different designs. We started with this, which was just a straight layout, everything running parallel with the house. And then I kind of decided, you know what, this needs a little something extra, and we added in this diagonal section leading right off the corner of the deck into the patio, and it kind of lines up with the direction and width of that inlay. I think it's going to be a dynamite detail. It took a bunch more time figuring out how much material to order, where we need blocking, all that kind of stuff, but I think that's where the magic happens. That's what I'm really coming to the conclusion, that these on-site changes, once you're here and you're in the mind of the project, I think that is where you take a really good project to a great project, and it's all those little things. And I think this is one that it was going to be cool before, but I think it's going to make it so much better. So we'll jump into that, and we're going to start right in this corner and go out from there. So let's go.
fun. You going deckboard by deckboard, cutting it in?
Deckboard by deckboard.
What is that?
The hell is all that noise?
It was a hawk.
Is that?
It just flew up into that tree.
Yeah, it's not that serious, pal.
All right, so wanted to get this first one cut because we'll be coming into this corner with the Tracksaw, and we won't be able to go all the way to the end, so we can mark this out. Let's see, we'll be at 2 inches with our overhang, so our 5.5, 3/16 gap. So if we get this, essentially right here, we want that to be the center of our gap, so we should be good there. And yeah, we're looking pretty good.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, so we can go ahead and get this first one fastened, and then we'll just clip and roll. Clip and rock and clip and roll. We'll lay all these boards down. That's what we'll do.
Just remember to always think twice. To think twice. As a being one.
A little bubble there, that's okay. Hold this. Thank you.
Hey.
Was it this bag that we were doing?
I don't think you explained what we were doing, so maybe you want to talk about it.
Not yet.
You want me to explain it?
Which bag was it?
It may have been there. It was either one you're in front of two. So.
Yeah. I got it. There we go.
Roses. This one?
So Sean's not explaining it, but
Well,
these
yeah,
have to
I
be
will.
seamed because it's longer than 20 feet. So we're
we turn
seaming
up the
them
music?
and we're doing the blocking. I was just trying to talk loud.
Well, we got to turn on the music. With what we're doing, with this long inlay, I played around with a lot of different combinations of things that we could do to avoid seams, and I thought that the best option was to have a couple seams in this section. We won't have any seams anywhere else. I thought it was the best option. You know, balancing out the overall design, the looks of it, and having a couple seams here. The thing that we have working in our favor right now is it's pretty cold out, so we're gonna do these tight. We're not gonna have much contraction at all. And with the Decorators Surestone technology, expansion contraction is very minimal as it is. But what I wanna do is make sure that instead of just cutting this at a 45 and seaming it on one joist, we're doing solid blocking so that we can have a straight cut, butt together, and we got 4 screws right here, so it's locked in for justice.
I know the people are going to ask this, so I'm just going to ask it.
Okay.
Why aren't you pocket screwing them together?
I don't know. It's a good question. It's good. It's a valid question. I don't think butt to butt.
Huh?
I don't think that's going to be enough resistance for whatever type of expansion and contraction it's going to want to do. I think it'll be more effective to have the face screws right here. Yeah, we could pop two pocket screws in there, but I'm pretty confident with this approach. We want to make sure that the seam is over one piece of wood so that, you know, we don't have to worry about the wood moving differently and busting up that seam. I think this is gonna be good. All right, let's throw the next board on. We need to come up with a post. So if you just go belt on for a little bit, we'll come up with something. I bet. All right.
I came up with 6 different ideas, and none of them.
All right. Well, get your belt on. Get your belt on, and we'll come up with something.
You put my belt on there.
What are you talking about?
In the tree, that's why you got the ladder. You That's the
Oldest trick in the book. Good luck going up there. It's up in the tree. Looks good, Jose. Think anybody's gonna notice this gap? What do you think? Caulk it?
No, Tracksaw got it. This one.
Oh, that's gonna go in there. I was thinking maybe we just put a little spackle on there.
Yeah,
Be
maybe
nice.
spark or make concrete.
Favorite guy.
So we got our diagonal blocking in here to catch our field board. So you'll see as we're going horizontal here, we would have nothing to attach this to. So that's why we have that framing right there cutting through here, and we're running it a tiny bit long so that when the time comes, we tracksaw this out, pops right in. Beauty. Jose, what color is snow?
What do you mean?
What color is snow?
White.
What color is the Bobcat?
White too.
What color is the top of the van?
Snow.
White. What color are my teeth?
White.
What do cows drink?
I don't know.
It's very mullety right now. It
Yeah.
is exceptionally mullety.
Well, what I did was I was trimming my face, and then my sideburns were pushing out pretty good, and it was kind of going over my ear. So I started yesterday just with the sideburns. Like, let me just fade those up a little bit. And then this morning, I just went up the sides a little, and then behind the ear, I just did one swipe behind the ear. So, what do you think? Is it salvageable?
It's a little uneven.
You think?
And it's very mullety right now. So I think you either need to lean into the mullet or
Maybe I should for a little bit.
try it out. Why
Yeah.
not?
All right, I'm in for it. Can't get anywhere. It definitely can't. That right there is going to be the last screw for our cut. So snap a line just outside of our cut, and then put all those face screws in, and then they'll get plugged. So yesterday was the Fiesta Bowl college football playoffs, and like 2 days ago, I just searched when are the college football playoffs because I wasn't sure what games had already been played, and I saw Google AI mode. It had games that hadn't been played yet. This was like 2 days ago. It said Fiesta Bowl. Ole Miss, number 6, defeats Miami, number 10, and Indiana defeats Oregon, which that's going to be tonight. And they're gonna play in the championship game. So I thought I was onto some grand conspiracy, and they played the game yesterday, and Ole Miss lost. So I think it's not a sign that everything's rigged. It was a sign that maybe you can't trust AI for everything, because AI thought that the game had already been played. And it's funny because AI is just like so crazy, it knows everything, but it can't even know. This game hasn't even been played yet. So think about that next time you trust AI with your life. I thought it was going that way. Like, it was a crazy game.
If it would have ended like that, it couldn't have been scripted. It couldn't have been scripted.
I know. Nice. All right, nice. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Oh yeah. You might be wondering why we're running this Tracksaw without a cover on it. That's because when we're cutting through with this decorator's material, it's creating a lot of heat and there's not a lot of room for that to escape. So we're cutting into it, letting all of the debris be free, because otherwise it gets jammed up. This can happen. We don't want that. Messes up our track, messes up the boards. No good.
No, I'm not.
Here, I'll hold this end for you. Okay. Tight there, how you look? Well, we got almost all of our decking down. We're moving on to some more detail work. In the next video, we're gonna be covering bar build. We've got some more work to do on that TV wall, and we're gonna be getting into some of the details around the ceiling. A little preview for you. We're doing a custom folded countertop here. It's gonna be a little bit different than anything we've done before, but I think it's gonna be a perfect touch for this project. So make sure you hit subscribe, stay tuned, and until next time, this has been Premier Outdoor Living.